I have a graph in front of me and I need to find the equation of this line. Now I do know that this line is going to come in the form of y equals a plus bx. And remember, a is the y-intercept and b is the gradient. Now what I'll need to do for the straight line, as I always would, is find 2 points. So my first point, it's always good if one point is over the left-hand side and one point is at the right-hand side. And that's just because the further away the points are, the lower the chance for error, or the more margin for error. So if I have a look at this point here, this point is at 0 and 170. So that means for point 1, I have x equals 0 and y equals 170. Now it just happens that that's also the y-intercept now. So I can even write that down as 170. For my second point, remember I want to go all the way over to the other side. And there's no point that seems really clear. So I'm just going to take my point here, so it's as far away as possible. Now my x value for this is 70. And my y looks like it's round about 78. So if this is 70 and this is 80, I'd say it's round about 78. So for point 2, x equals 70 and y equals about 78. Now, in the old school, we could have done rise over run for these two, and we could have found that my rise, which is 170, going down to 78, so it's my y's, my rise would be negative 92. And I get that from saying 78 minus 170, and I get 92. My run, which is from here running across from left to right, is from 0 to 70. So I could say my run is 70. And remembering that gradient is rise over run, my gradient will therefore be negative 92 over 70. And we'll put that into the calculator and let's see what we get. We're better off making sure we use our keyboard. So I'll get out the keyboard. I'll do the fraction thing. Negative 92 over 70 equals negative 46 on 35. Not helpful because I've got this standard on. Let's change that to decimal and we get negative 1.314. So I'll write that down. Negative 1.31. And what that means is my equation here, if my gradient is negative 1.31, my equation for this line will be 170 minus 1.31 times x. But there is a better way or a faster way to do that, and I'll show you that now. The first thing I'll do is I'm just going to put my original points in this orange box here. So I'm going to go to my trusty calculator into the statistics section and I'll enter these points. Now my red point, the x is 0 and the y is 170. So I need to write 0 in the x column and y of 170 matching that point. So they need to be next to each other, otherwise I'm going to stuff things up. And my second point, the x is 70 and the y is 78. Then I'm going to go calc, regression, linear regression, and name which columns are the right ones. My x list is x, my y is y, and I'll get OK, and remembering that I need to write it in the form of y equals a plus bx, so I hit that. I end up getting an equation where here it says a is 170, look at that, a 170, and b is negative 1.31, b is negative 1.31. So my calculator tells me that this equation is correct regardless which way I do it. So there's the big tick.
If you found this video helpful, please subscribe or like. Thanks.